Okay, have to get my matron look going. Got it.
You have ruined my life. Gong sound for the last time. Welcome to the Zachrilege cast.
You're never gonna do the gong sound.
You know what? Okay, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Wait. Welcome to the Zachrilege cast, the hottest version of the show ever. Ooh, next a 10-minute bomb timer, because apparently someone on YouTube probably got 7 billion watches for that. Hi, so it's Deborah, it's Jeannie, it's between the three of us about 6 or 7 beverages. Hi.
Hi.
No, I'm just drinking. Not high.
Oh. Well, the night is young.
Hello.
Well, I decided to bring out a rare vintage Dragon's Milk tonight.
Nice.
This is the new version, and this is the 2016
Classic.
version before the world
milk.
was righted.
Classic milk.
Which actually, they pretty much taste exactly the same. So
okay.
People make a big deal about in my beer circles about aging beer, and really it's just like maybe the carbonation goes away and maybe certain flavors change slightly, but it's beer basically. So do not age your Busch Light.
I have my mug
with water.
Yes, it has water in it. It also has. All right. It has some. Yes. Yes. The answer to that is yes. It has bourbon in it, and ginger beer. Bourbon and ginger beer. Jamaican ginger beer. It's very tasty.
And Jeannie, is it Russian water?
No. Today I'm doing Gumption.
I like
Vermont cider.
Yay!
I know you do. It's a little dry, a little sweet, but not too much of either. Yeah, it's a good. It's eating apples and cider apples all in the same thing. So.
Whoa.
Well,
I know. Cheers.
Does the cider a day keep the doctor away?
I'm sure the doctor would say so. Not so much.
Not so much. Well, we won't ask doctors then. What do they know?
For backup, I do have Polish water, though.
Good girl.
So in the past 2 minutes, have there been any crazy political scandals come out of Florida, or are we doing okay?
Okay. We had a win this week.
Somebody went to jail?
Well, actually, yeah, Jeffrey Epstein, but no.
He hasn't gone yet, right? I mean, I know the whole.
He's in pre-trial detention, and the judge will determine next week whether or not
he's a shit.
Whether or not bail can be posted and under what circumstances. Yes. So, but no, this week our local secular humanist atheist group is called Central Florida Free Thought Community, and they were part of a lawsuit in Brevard County because in Brevard County the invocation was always given by a religious individual, and they said, hey, we should be able to give a secular humanist invocation before county meetings, and the county said no, but the court said yes. So that was a win in Florida, in our little benighted state. So yay.
It was Brevard, not, what did you say, Brevard?
I said Brevard County. Is that better?
Well, I don't know.
Well, no, you're right. It's probably Brevard. I don't live there, so I don't know. But yes,
you live in the state. We have Charlottenburg.
Against my will, I live here against my will. Okay, I'm trying to absorb as little local culture as possible. Thank you very much.
Ooh. Well, if we're gonna ramble a lot tonight, I think ramble number 1 would be, if you had your druthers, if you had your choice, where would you live? Or would you, just kind of tour the world?
Oh my God, what a great question. Oh, I
got really excited. Now you've got nothing.
Did no homework.
I'm torn. I'm torn between London, the south of France, and Florence.
They're all fairly, they're sort of next door, so go for it. Just rotate.
I could.
Your various
And well,
summer
but
palaces.
why?
Maybe Epstein will let you borrow his.
Mostly because the food is good. The locale, well, I mean, London's a city, but when you get into the south of France or Florence, the locale is lovely. The architecture's cool. There's art. It's just, you can get really good coffee there.
Good coffee.
Wow, it's all about the coffee. See, I'm thinking
all
that
about coffee.
Zach could probably do like Germany or something just because of the beer.
Yeah,
Well, I
can
have
see that.
a friend who was talking about doing a trip, and there was like a Belgian visit a bunch of drunken monks kind of tour, like go to
Mm.
Coruscant, all the places that have been open for like 400 years.
You should do that.
I've even heard like Italian craft, like everywhere craft beer is kicking butt. I mean, we went to a Mexican restaurant and they actually had like Mexican craft beer, although the 4 beers they had were a pale ale, an India pale ale, an imperial pale ale, and then an amber. And I was like, oh, a margarita, thank you. Please and thank you, since I was watching Parks and Rec last night. Did a little Ron Swanson.
I don't know why you're so down on IPAs. I really don't.
Bitter, baby. They just,
Good.
I mean, it's just something that,
solid choice.
My friend Steve is a big IPA guy, and every place we go to now, he gets like the creamsicle IPA. And it took like 10 years for beer technology to get to let's do a creamsicle beer that doesn't have the bitter part. And I had it and that was amazing. But the bitter part, most people like it. Like it's orange and it smells like, no, it's nothing. It's not good.
Did you know if you go to Dairy Queen, they now have a orange creamsicle like dip cone. You can get your cone dipped in like the orange creamsicle goo.
I basically ingest all of my food in beer form, so that's all.
Plus, Zach gave us a hint into his inner life, Jeannie. He has friends.
At least, no, he has one.
He has one. He has a friend.
I have one. Yeah, it's kind of wild. It's Steve is a super music geek, and we've been going to the same restaurants for 20 years. It's crazy. It's like, well, not 20 years. I mean, I don't know when I met him. Before 2000? Anyway, yeah. There's some history.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Before
go back to my early Atlanta days.
Before 2000.
Yeah. Actually, I really don't know where I live.
It got dark there. Hopefully it's dark, so it's cool. Oh, never mind. I see, but
before 2000, I was
Jeannie's bouncing.
Looks like the internet might be a little spotty tonight, but that means I have to edit. Oh man.
I know. It's good for you.
I almost forgot what the edit button is. So Jeannie's going to go to the Upside Down in Stranger Things. That's where she's going to end up.
Maybe that's where she is right now.
Oh, no.
Maybe her name really isn't Jeannie. It's really 12.
The mind flare. She can destroy her internet connection with her mind. Stop doing that. That's not a good trick. That's not a good skill. That's bad.
Her name is really 12. Yeah.
Are you with like America, and have you watched the whole season already?
Oh, I binged on it literally like within 20 minutes after it was released. I just binged it all the way through. Yeah. Well, I'm a real Merkin.
Well, we were visiting in-laws, so for some reason we go up there, we watch all the cheesy like Netflix like romantic comedies. So we did that, and then we got home, and I think over like 4 days we finished it out. So
when I visit,
I know it's like 2 years, and then it's over for it's gonna be a while till the next season. Like we just watched it in 2 days.
Yeah. Well, when I visit my parents, we watch Downton Abbey. I think they're on their 8th or 9th time through all of Downton Abbey. They like Downton Abbey.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's a lot of Downton Abbey.
Yeah, I wonder if people do that, like rewatch, because you almost feel like I can't rewatch anything because there's so much other stuff and you get overwhelmed. And I see Jeannie, and
Apparently on.
Are you there?
she's in the upside down.
Oh, that's a nice little baritone.
I was going to give a spoiler, but I won't because Jeannie is probably not caught up. And I definitely won't give a spoiler to Deadwood other than if you like the show, you'll like the movie. I'll just say that.
I have never seen either. So
You should fix that. Woo! Am I here?
you're
I mean,
here.
if you watch Stranger Things in like a day, you could watch the 3 seasons.
No, she watched it in 20 minutes. That's power watching.
So do people do like podcasts? Because I'm in the car with my wife and she listens to audiobooks at 1.5 speed. So it's like she's just zooming through. And I'm like, do people do that with TV too? Like they just get done, get through.
I do it with YouTube sometimes.
Can you speed up YouTube? I don't
Yes, you can.
know. Maybe Ben Shapiro fast would be better, you know?
Wow.
YouTube faster. That way you hear the gay jokes quicker. Yay.
No, I just have friends that keep thinking that I'm gonna watch like an hour and a half long speech by like two people that I'm not like I'm vaguely interested in. I'm like, well, I could listen to that in an hour and 30 minutes instead of 2. Like that would be okay.
I mean, I had to listen to because I thought I was done with Game of Thrones, and then the last book came through the library app, and I got the audio version, and it was like a 48-hour book. So I listened to that at 1.5 speed because I had to finish it in 3 weeks, and it was way more relaxing when the show is finally over. Like, oh, it doesn't matter anymore. Yay, I can just enjoy the book and how much deeper it is and how much better it would be if George R. R. Martin ever would write the books, because I don't think he's going to. I think he's done. But that's okay.
Don't know.
You got to be ready for frustration and stuff in life. But since you got interrupted by your superpower of destroying the internet and AC, what about location? Where would Jeannie's world tour occur?
I don't actually know. I haven't really been enough places to have a good grasp on that. If I was independently wealthy, what I would love to do is have a yacht that just traveled around the coast of the Mediterranean.
Okay.
Just drop me off in this port. I'm going to go inland, travel around for a little bit. I'll see you at the next port in 2 weeks or something like that. And invite all my friends. This is independently wealthy, like stupid rich money. Just because it seems like that's where a lot of the history is from. Other than that, I'm going to go with like Ireland or Scotland because whiskey. And then after that, maybe the Faroe Islands. Because they're interesting, even if they're super conservative, and it can be really lonely. But I'm kind of familiar with what that was like just from like the growing up things. Like I don't know that would be that big of a change.
Well, doesn't the party always come to you, so you wouldn't be lonely?
No, the party does not always come to me. Zach, which means you haven't visited, Zach.
I have. The party does come to you. I come to you. I am the party.
See?
Cuckoo.
Clearly the superior friend right there. I don't know. Maybe the goal would be, can I visit every brewery in the United States? That could be a fun trip.
Ooh.
That would be like the greatest podcast ever. One episode of me at each brewery in America.
Yeah,
and then when I get through 7,000 of them,
your liver
I would
fails.
be dead.
I was going to say you'd have to line up your liver donors in advance.
But if you're doing a tour, like you'd have a schedule, so you would kind of know what cities that you were going to be in, and say, okay, I'm going to be in Chicago. I'm going to need like 2 livers here.
I mean, there's a lot to think about because I went to a local brewery that I had been to before today, and I went, and what was really interesting, this is the first time I've seen this at a brewery, they're having a baby shower at the brewery. They were doing the goofy, like, I have the balloon in my stomach guy, like, games in the corner of a brewery. And I was like, I like this place. I'm intrigued by this whole thing.
No, this is a poor idea. This is a really, really bad idea.
Because the baby shower I went to was pretty much no beer. Yeah.
I
It was
mean, yeah,
different, but the only
don't go to those. But yeah, like beer and pregnancy, like not compatible. Why?
I don't know. All I know is it was a very like every brewery I've been to has a feel of like an abandoned like industrial area because that's kind of like cheap real estate.
Yeah.
And it's where you can actually have all that equipment. And they had it, it's like 99 and 99% humidity in Atlanta. And it was just open. So even though it was like indoors, it was like 90 degrees instead of 99. So basically me and my friend, we like finished our beer really quickly. Like, let's go eat something because that place has air conditioning. So
the car has air conditioning.
Huh.
It's like, so you're like, can we sit in the car? The car has air conditioning.
Somebody's in the chat room. Wow. Someone named James White.
James.
Hi, James. Yeah, I snuck that one in on you, Deborah.
Oh.
That's not like an alter ego. That's like a real person.
It's a real person. Yes.
It's a really nice person. He's a
I'm
wonderful
not sure
person.
what, without getting those questions and ignoring them, I don't know what I want to do tonight. It's like, wow, I'm not. It's like my ADD is getting confused. I'm like, I'm going to concentrate on one thing tonight. A very,
Well, I would normally be here with a binder full of stories, but I had no homework, and therefore,
oh my God, bitch.
Do you still research for other podcasts, or is it just for personal pleasure?
Still do from time to time. Be quiet, Jeannie. Don't yell at me right now. I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, the occasional hookup, if it's fine.
Yes, it's an occasional. It's what
with podcasts. You do the I can't quit you.
Hookup.
I can't quit you, white guys who need free labor. I can't quit you.
God, that sounds so horrible.
I understand.
Thank you, Zach. Thank you.
Oh God, help me! Yeah.
It's funny that I heard a review of like Stranger Things, and they were talking about like an emotional scene, and they said, "Oh, and the woman did the emotional labor." I'm like, "See, nothing changes over the '80s to now."
Right? Wow, way to pick that one up. Mm.
The emotional labor and the
taking one for the team.
Research. Mm-hmm.
I have to.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I have nothing to say. There is sometimes it is best to just shut the hell up. I am gonna shut the hell up right now.
I'm waiting for that to happen.
But did you enjoy the Pope Hat story about Jeffrey Epstein and what was it, Acosta?
Oh, it was brilliant.
Acosta, who also probably should be in jail, but at least he's not in the cabinet. But it's probably going to end up doing something worse.
God, I totally love Ken White. I love Ken White. I love him. He's so smart and wonderful. I love Pope Hat. I should have worn my Pope Hat T-shirt, but I didn't. But anyway, yeah, love Pope Hat.
Oh, it's because it's hot as fuck, and this is you shutting the hell up.
See. So what I would do if I had Ken, because I know his first name basis, if I had him on, I would just open my mouth and your voice would come out, because I would not. It'd be like I couldn't ask good questions. I couldn't ask questions good, and you'd have like what's your favorite hat and the thing I don't know if you miss it because you're not on Twitter, but you kind of see it occasionally. Is you can change your name. So his name on Twitter is a different kind of hat, and this week it was the weird rate, the like 1,024ths, like the president not knowing what fractions are thing about making fun of Elizabeth Warren again.
Oh no, Ken White is snarky and brutal and subtle and smart and funny. Yeah, I like Ken a lot.
Things not a lot of lawyers can be.
Yep. And in the meantime, I'm going to what was the name of that Dr. Seuss book about all the hats? You just keep taking off the hats.
Cat in the Hat.
I can't ask the Google right now. No. No, about
I don't know.
Shit.
The unauthorized sequel. I don't know. I keep seeing a pop-up saying that Hangouts are going to be dead in August 1st, and I'm like, oh, this show's going to be dead in August 1st. Good to know.
I don't know.
Then there'll be another way, I suppose.
We will find a way.
It wasn't the Mulberry Street one. Yeah, we will find a way. But yeah, I'm still slick on Dr. Seuss. What can I say?
That's okay.
I mean, the weird thing is, like, I haven't stopped seeing people that I want to interview. I just haven't asked anybody in a while. So that's been the issue. Now, my latest show crush has been Some More News. I'm sure you've probably heard of that one. But it's just this guy who's got, like, his hair is messed up and he's got, like, a suit on, but his tie is messed up, and he just goes on these epic... It's weird because he's on YouTube, but he says things that are true, and I don't know if that's allowed, so it's very odd. But it's like... He did this hour-long takedown of Ben Shapiro that I posted on my page thing, and it was
Link in your show notes.
It was very good.
Show notes.
But it's and the thing was, they do a podcast, and it's like this male and female hosts. I don't know if she's just like the writer, but it's just interesting to listen to them talk. Like, they're
Unlike
good people.
this.
Like some Wait a second.
Yeah, working on that.
We're trying. I don't know. It's the best you can do on a Saturday night. You know, it's other than it being steamy as hot. It's nice.
Saturday. I forgot it was Saturday.
It is Saturday. I know.
It is Saturday.
And it's a normal weekend. I'm not out of town.
Forgot about that.
No real. I haven't cooked anything this weekend yet. Maybe tomorrow.
What happened to the naan?
Well, it was. Like, I was like, okay, me and my friend Steve are going to do something. Maybe it'll be around lunchtime. Then he's like, let's meet at 2:30. So we had dinner and beer at like 3 o'clock. And so because of that, I didn't make anything.
Yeah.
Because, I feel like it's not a show day if I haven't made something that's like got bread in it. So next time.
Or on the grill.
And trying to eat it on camera. This is so good. Yeah.
Haley's cooking dinner while we speak.
Oh, nice. What are you going to have? Or you just show up?
Yeah, it's basically called hot food on a plate, and you didn't have to cook it. It's my favorite dinner of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think she's making salmon, though. Pretty sure.
Salmon, okay.
You still have to try the Marco.
Yes, I have not tried the Marco pizza yet. I will try the Marco pizza.
Marco Polo. Is that a local place? Or is that
Yep. Apparently, it's a chain. But
there's like one down the road from me. I was like, is that okay?
Marco's apparently a chain, and Jeannie and I need a chain of Marco's, so there we are.
Oh right, okay. See, it's like the outside show joke goes inside. There you go. Yes, your manservants who on your world tour must follow you.
Well,
a Marco in every port, I think is the
Marco.
term.
No. We need many Marcos.
Yeah.
All at once. Like a lot of Marcos.
A lot of Marcos.
Not just one Marco. Oh my God.
How many Marcos?
He'd be napping in 20 minutes. No, more Marco. Lots of Marcos.
This is what no homework gets you. Marcos.
Oh, thank you. The five wow. Did that not 500 hats?
Someone wearing 500 hats at once? What's
She was looking up the Dr. Seuss thing. She
okay.
know what the Dr. Seuss.
See, someone who's in the chat room can actually go to Google and search things for us. That's useful.
I know, right? Thank you, James.
Thank you, James.
As opposed to, oh look, there's a comment that Jeannie made in the chat like 30 minutes ago, and I missed it, and hopefully asked that question. Because the Tony actually at the end, Tony was like, "Oh, I'm going to answer all the questions that were asked in the chat." I'm like, "No, you don't do that. That's not what we do here."
But apparently,
other shows listen to their people.
No. But
he's no.
Yep.
He's doing it on his show. He's answering the chat.
Oh, that's right, because his previous episode came out like the day after our episode, so it's probably coming out this week, I guess.
Yes.
Because sadly, I'm on like based on my Patreon I got this month. I'm like, oh, did I do one show last month or two? That's not good. Yeah, I need to step it up.
You've been on the fortnightly schedule.
Yeah, and that's one thing about Game of Thrones. Now I remember what fortnight is because they use that a lot. And breakfast is break my fast. Oh, they say that a lot. mayhaps and Southron instead of Southern. It's like old English kind of stuff.
Or you could have like read as a child. How did
Why?
you not know this?
Although I should have, I should at some point do. I think I mentioned this, that my mom and I made this Watership Down quilt.
Yes.
And we finally, the parents came down and helped us hang it up because I'm the least handy person in the world and couldn't even just hang up a quilt. And it's really awesome. And they did the Netflix show of Watership Down that I actually watched recently because I read the book when I was like 3, 4 or something, and I read it again maybe 20 years ago. So, it's one of those like, oh yeah, that's one of those books that was like the time we had that episode where you two talked about 500 books. I think I mentioned that was the one book I mentioned. So there you go.
Oh, I like the book episode.
But I should have my mom come down and we can tell stories because she can ramble. She'd be a good one.
You should have a Zach and his mom episode. That would be so cool.
I think it'd be interesting to get the parents on since they're both like, they're like, we just did Vacation Bible School. And I'm like, I can't talk about this. I just can't. I like you guys too much to talk about how terrible that probably is. Well, it's probably not terrible. It's probably a bunch of people hanging out, eating food, and being told the very sanitized version of everything.
Everything.
And you know what? We need the sanitized version. We always tell like the doom and gloom bad version. Like maybe the atheists, we need to learn something. Like we need to tell the stories that have these like, they're very
happy endings.
They're not like what reality is. Well, I don't know. The Bible's not really like that. The Bible's just bad.
Wait, can I roll back here for a second? Though?
Sure.
Watership Down.
We're rolling.
Well, thank you. Did Netflix actually do like a new Watership Down version, or is this just the reissue of the one that came out in what was like? There
was like and it had to be animated because it's a book about rabbits and they talk to each other. So it came out and it was on there, and it was one of those shows where it was like, yeah, I'm just gonna watch this by myself. So I watched a few episodes, and then like when I'm finishing this thing, and it was, actually got a little emotional toward the end because I'm like, oh yeah, I remember how this turns out. One rabbit basically tells the warren like, oh, we need to move because I've had these visions that something bad's gonna happen. They're like, yeah, whatever. And of course, this being a sort of scary children's book, might be YA before YA existed. Obviously, he was right, and they have to like travel across the country to find their new home.
That would be really big field.
It's really violent in parts. It is not a.
Actually, like a lot of the kids' books
teaching kids about like what reality's like. It's like it's a little. You make these plans and you just decide to do something, and it may work and it may not, and it's it was good, but it was like my mom was telling about like she used to make bears, and like we would go to like minor league baseball games. Does your dad know? Yes. It was, I don't even know, because like she's always taught, like she's always had a job, so it was like a little project. And we would go to like baseball games and get the little mini baseball helmet with, you put the ice cream in, and she would make the, hats for the bears, and it would be like the name of the, whatever it was, the coal company my dad worked for. And she used to make them, so she was saying that there was like a factory near where we were growing up, because that's, dystopian 80s Pittsburgh or 70s Pittsburgh. And they had like all this extra denim, and she got it and helped, that kind of made this thing. But I'm sure at some point I could actually do like one of these things they call a script and come up with an actual like plan, and have a discussion with my mom about how this thing was created, because this is one thing that's like a family almost heirloom we have.
You're using all the buzzwords that excite me.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Script.
Planning.
You mean the jokes they say on Puzzle and Thunderstorm aren't just off the top of their heads? You sure?
Mm-hmm. No, they're not. They're not. They are not. But they are funny in person.
I liked that they expanded a little bit this week, and they had, it was like the Apologist Mama Bear segment on Scathing Atheist, because it was just different. It wasn't really different, but it was just like a little bit of a left turn.
That depressed me a lot.
The fact that it happened.
No, it depressed me because Eli used to call me Mama Bear.
Oh.
And now it doesn't feel very special at all.
You're not an apologist, Mama Bear, unless you're an apologist for lawyers, are you? I don't think so.
Only the good,
They're good people on both sides, is what I've heard.
Good people on both sides. They're smart people on both sides.
You know, the Michael Avenatti types, and then the Ken White types.
Yeah, hard to believe they're the same species, let alone profession, but yeah.
Lawyers Gone Wrong. There have to be 10,000 podcasts about Lawyers Gone Wrong.
Okay. Oh, wouldn't that be a great episode? Lawyers Gone Wrong. Oh, can I do that?
One episode of this show? Oh, sure.
Yes. Lawyers Gone Wrong.
Like 70 hours.
I could do it in an episode.
I mean, there's an entire podcast about the president's lawyer that you showed me.
I'd start with Roy Cohn. Oh my God, it would be so good.
I think you should start with like ancient Rome.
I didn't know any lawyers in ancient. Well, I didn't know Roy Cohn either, but still.
I didn't know any lawyers. So wait, are we going to do an old joke? What was ancient Rome like again?
Yeah, let me tell you, children, what it was like.
Nero really good with the fiddle, or is it just kind of overstated?
God, I totally want to do Lawyers Gone Wrong. Oh God, please let me.
Zach, just tell her she can do it, so she can do the homework, so she can.
I don't know why you haven't created, like, you have the research skills. I feel like you could pull off a good podcast or 7.
I could, but.
There's so many ideas out there.
I would be happy with an episode of Lawyers Gone Wrong. Oh, yes.
Well, maybe I've always said, I mean, clearly this episode was an act of desperation, but we could, actually plan something where...
Oh, he's using those sexy words again.
However often, you feel like you need to do a show, bring it on.
Oh, yes.
I can be the law talking guy.
The law talking.
That's why you're the law talking guy. You mean lawyer? He's got a belt
and suspenders. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't even know where we were, and I don't. Yeah. Exactly. More Deborah, the better. More homework, the better. And I like the fact that I get 2 different beers to drink, even though it's the exact same beer.
Okay.
Homework is one of the best words in the world.
Is it?
Yeah. You know what the 3 hottest words are?
Uh-oh.
Look that up.
Look that up. I don't know. Does truth matter anymore? Is it sources? Are they important?
Cite your sources.
Yes.
See, this is a potential show here. Me asking dumb questions. You going, what?
Sources are everything. Vetting your sources is everything.
You don't need me here.
Are you sure? Are you really sure about that? Because I just watched an episode of Even More News where the guy totally eviscerated the whole Kavanaugh thing, and I'm like, they didn't do any research, and the guy got in. So, are you sure that's needed? Sure, it's important.
It is in Deborah Land. Yes,
in Deborah Land. Sounds like a lovely place.
Oh, Deborah Land's a delight. You get to live in your mind.
Wait, I heard the snort. That's a good sign. Are you saying it's a delight, but maybe not 100% of the time?
It's an absolute delight.
An absolute.
I will neither confirm nor deny that it's an absolute delight. Yeah, I missed hanging out with you guys.
There could be some stories right here. Some real stories.
I think I'm getting pink.
But as
this
someone,
is scintillating TV.
This is something. So Deborah, someone who pays attention, like maybe too much. I noticed now. I've seen these liberal friends post, but I'm never going to post there ever in my entire life. But I saw that one of the president's like emoluments clause things got struck down, and I'm like, aren't there 55 more of those out there? So should we get mad when each one is taken down? Like when there's like a setback,
This was
which
a big,
pretty much is our current
this
daily
was a-
existence.
Well, here's the okay. God,
I mean, I know gerrymandering is cool now. That's good to know.
Okay, I have no notes. I'm working with no notes here.
I know.
This is like
This is a test.
I have jumped out of the plane and I have not yet opened
Bitch,
my
like,
parachute.
you know this shit off the top of your head.
With the
know this shit,
emoluments
just go.
case, the determination was that the state's attorneys that brought it did not have standing to do so. So essentially, it got struck down as a standing issue, as opposed to merits of anything. The problem was because it got struck down because of a standing issue, there was no discovery. And that's what really everyone wanted, was the discovery. And no one got that. So many people aren't happy.
So that's a version of the whole like we should start impeachment process just because of all the stuff that's going to come out, not necessarily that it's going to result in him being removed.
Whole raft of subpoenas that was issued this week from Democratic House. So, I mean, they are subpoenaing everybody, and that's going. One of the people that they subpoenaed was the guy from AMI, David Pecker, the one who supposedly did the. This person wants to tell their I fuck Trump story, so we're going to give them money and then shut that down.
Or buy it, right?
You know, it's going to be basically it's going to be catch and kill, and he is being summoned to testify. He's been subpoenaed to testify, so that should be really interesting.
See, I was in a kayak last weekend, but I've never been in a raft of subpoenas.
I need a life. I really need a life.
A raft of subpoenas. How many subpoenas fills a raft?
I know,
Is
right?
it like a two-person raft? Can you
Like
put
a
a
murder
cooler in there?
No, it's a murder of crows. Yeah, at least I didn't say a kayak of subpoenas. I mean, I went with raft. Raft is good. You can pile a lot on a raft.
Well, we have
Tom Sawyer or something.
we have like we try to make jokes as people who have no kids, and we were like, we're gonna borrow this kayak, but we can put the baby in a cooler, right? And just to see what the reaction was, because clearly the reaction was fucking no, but just the fact that we brought it up.
Well, I don't know. I was talking with Zell, and he made a joke that there's a new thing at McDonald's called McBaby, and I'm like, well, hell, of course. Where do you think? Where the hell do you think they get the McRibs from? But he said I was a bad mother, so I don't know how to answer that. Or no, actually, he said I was a bad person.
Huh.
I think it was okay as a mother, but as a person, I'm
A
really
raft of subpoenas.
a raft of subpoenas. I like that.
I mean, I had
I think it depends on how
Brief.
tall the people are. That
I
are
had a
around.
brief, depressing discussion with my brother-in-law about how nothing happened because of the Mueller report. So what was the big deal? And I like tried to calmly explain, but I was like, you know what? I don't think there are any words that are gonna make this
No,
sink
but
in.
I have a video you can send him that sums it really.
Well, he's not a reader, so he might watch it. Is it really short, and is there football involved? Golf.
Short,
Golf would be good. Can you
short,
explain the Mueller report while a guy shows you how to do the perfect golf
It's
swing? Because I
short.
feel like that would win.
I'm trying to explain here. It's short.
And then by short, she means 45 minutes.
No, I don't. It's short. It's by a woman, and it involves pizza. That will work.
Oh, is that the
No.
Mueller report, people? The Mueller, what is it?
AG, she does a fabulous job with it. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You gotta
AG.
make it really damn simple these days.
AG is awesome.
You said-
She's really smart.
Okay. Yes. And very pithy and fairly succinct.
Yes.
But-
Now, if I had
analysis,
AG on, that would be another one where I would need to do the ventriloquist dummy because I'd be like, lawyer speak, okay. That's the thing. Like I subscribe to the show, but sometimes it's so dense.
Really?
Because there's just so much information that comes out every episode. I know. For you, it's like a snack, but for me, a show that they're on like part 8 of them discussing the Mueller report, and it's almost like god-awful movies. I'm like, I probably need to actually like read this whole thing first, or I need to watch the movie before hearing them make jokes
Right.
about it, because I'm just not getting it. So yeah, doesn't work.
Jeannie has the Mueller report on audio, so she is ahead of both of us. So there.
Yeah, I haven't
I
finished
know.
listening to it.
Didn't
But
somebody post it
if
for
people-
free? Basically, like there's a bunch of versions you can get.
I know Audible has I think the version was for free, and anything that comes out on, because I do the Audible thing because I now have it. Any updates to the Mueller reports, anything.
Get rid of it. Once you sign on, you're there for life.
Yeah, you pretty much are. But this particular one, if there are any redactions, that information gets uploaded for free. So they're going to keep current with whatever the Mueller report
Oh,
is that's available to public.
redactions. How
I
exciting.
know. Ooh.
Redactions.
More porn words for Deborah. Yeah.
Right?
I know, it's been like the greatest show ever. And then someone's making her food. And did you get your top off of bourbon, or did that not happen?
Kayla just brought me more bourbon.
Okay.
Oh, she put
Now,
her top on.
is there
before the show.
brand loyalty here? Or
And
is it
I'm, wearing
just
and I'm wearing clothes, so
Yeah.
this is a win all the way around for you guys.
okay? Well, you suffered enough, and I haven't done this in a bunch of episodes, and you're probably mad at me about it that I've just kind of dropped it. So I'm going to share a dad joke,
Oh, good.
and then we'll see where we go from there.
Okay.
Did you hear about the guy who invented lifesavers? They say he made a mint.
Oh, that's a
Ooh.
good one. I like that.
I'm gonna go with it like a yes.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll try one more.
Come on,
Okay.
one more.
A ham sandwich walks into a bar and orders a beer. Bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve food here."
Ooh.
Okay, that's a dad joke.
See, I thought it was going to be a ham sandwich walks into a bar and they say, "I'm sorry, this isn't New York, and therefore we won't indict you." But okay.
Anyway, yeah, all good.
Grand jury would indict
So
a ham
the-
sandwich. Never mind.
The peanut gallery says that wearing clothes is not a win.
Yeah, exactly. That's a totally different Patreon show, and I should, I have been chatting with
Should be a
Free
Patreon.
Thinker 215. I'll name drop
That
because
needs to be a Patreon goal.
he does support
What?
a bunch
Not
of
wearing clothes.
podcasts. Like, who have I not interviewed that you support? And apparently, he hasn't been a Patreon long enough to know. But we'll find out. Apparently, there are people out there I haven't interviewed, and there are people who I haven't interviewed in a while that I probably could do again.
Gosh, Zach, I wonder where that idea came from.
Smart people. It's not me.
I know, Jeannie.
Know it all?
No. You should just say it out loud because it's the truth. Jeannie has.
No, my
all-
favorite is where I
all
really
the-
make a lot of effort to reach out to someone and set up an interview, and then the reaction from you two is, "Oh, not that person," and then we'll name names. But I'm like, really? Are you sure? Like, come on, it's gonna be good.
We don't do that very often. We don't. Just every once in a while.
And you still show up, which is like
Yes.
very
we-
strange.
Yes, we do. Because we love you.
It's because we love you.
We do.
Yeah.
But Jeannie
We talk-
has all the good ideas.
What have I done to deserve this? Yeah, you sent me like 20 potential guests, and I've been like, who?
Oh, Jeannie is so good at this. She really is.
But I feel like if anyone could research, that would be a goal. So get Pope Hat. And I will refer to him as Pope Hat or Mr.
I will
Hat.
try. I was helping.
So I think he's
Oh, wait,
some
yes.
kind of Christian, but I don't even think that need to come up. The
he's-
whole lawyer stuff.
No. He is definitely Christian. He is. I don't know if he's Catholic. He
Oh,
might
that makes
be.
me so sad.
I know. I'm sorry, honey. It hurts.
There are a lot
You
of
just
them.
crushed me.
I'm so
A
sorry.
lot.
He might be Anglican. I'm not sure. He's not evangelical. That I know. He's not So he's not a nut. But,
Apparently,
He's not a nut.
That's fairly.
but yeah. No, I was attempting to book my first guest today, so it was like kind of exciting.
Wait, who? What? What's going on? There's
Someone,
secret.
yeah, someone contacted me and said they wanted to be a guest on OA, and I'm like, I think I can make that happen.
You don't say.
I can try.
Interesting. You make things happen.
That's my job.
Well,
Is it something? No, is it
I've
something
heard
good?
things.
Like,
Yes.
you think?
Oh no.
Cool,
I
okay.
wouldn't put someone's shit on. I don't do that. I wouldn't do that to anybody.
Well, I know, but you also have a hard time telling people no if they ask you nicely. So,
Or even if they ask me not nicely.
well, that too.
I feel like we just got into the inner life here. Uh-oh.
Nope, we're good. We're good.
Just a little insider baseball.
So there any, let's see, we had a little bit of content stuff, any like podcasts or things you're listening to that I can ignore that you mentioned it?
I've been listening to Conversations with God since you had Tony on.
Oh.
It's really fun. It's really fun.
He's really funny.
Yep, he is. I'm so glad you had him on because I wouldn't have known about him if you hadn't had him on, and he's really funny.
Well, it's Don. Don, who's a local guy, and he's like, oh, he reached out to me, but I don't do interviews on my show, Godless Heathens. And I was like, well, I do. So, yeah. Every once in a while, someone actually reaches out, which is nice.
You should have us on with, what's his name? The dude who does the hospice counseling. What's his name?
Alex? Rescue?
Yes.
I should reach out to him because he mentioned that he was going to start a show, and I don't know if that actually happened or not.
He's a nice guy.
Because so many people have been like, oh, like I have my Scenic City Skeptics like little thing that they gave me, and I'm like, oh, they don't do their show anymore. It's like, oh,
Zach, doing a podcast every week is a lot of work. It's expensive. It's time consuming. And I think that everyone sits back and thinks, oh, I've got so many things to talk about. I should do a podcast. And then you start to really think about the work involved, and it's daunting. And so I salute you.
I don't do that much work.
You make me do the work, but that's okay.
But thank you. Wait, I should. I mean, seriously, I don't have the minions that I need. The people that I can send to attack people on Twitter, you can't do that. So that's trouble.
I would totally be your minion. You have only to ask, and I would be your
minion. Lost Jeannie again. I can't tell.
She'll come back. She's drifting in the ether, in the Ethernet. There she is. I see.
I see. Yeah. I see a person.
Okay,
I love the internet.
Am I back now? Not so much.
You are. We hear you.
So I was listening to my local NPR station on my way to work, and I was running late, so I couldn't listen, but they were starting a story about how AT&T service in Vermont sucks and what's going on with that. So I tried to go in and listen to it, but I couldn't get my phone to upload anything. Like, it could not stream my VPR app so that I could finish listening to the show. I was on my way home that same day. They got to the same point in the story. We're about to start into this thing, and same thing. I could not get onto the website. I could not get onto the app itself. So I couldn't listen to how bad my AT&T sucks in Vermont because I'm in Vermont and I have AT&T. Thank you.
Well, I hear they have pills for that. I'm sorry. You're a woman. Never mind.
Feel my pain, Zach.
You
Feel
get
my pain.
nothing and like it. Exactly. Yes. Well, I don't.
Is it like a little blue pill that gets your network up and running?
We all could use one of those.
I know. It hasn't worked so far. I keep shoving it down its throat, and it just doesn't work.
Interesting. Well, we've. I don't know. Maybe
we've managed to last about almost an hour.
Exactly.
And how many? Never mind. I'm not even going to go there. I so want to go there, but I'm not.
And
Go for it.
I feel like that could end the show beautifully. I'm out of beer, so I need to get more. Wait. Should I grab a beer that like
Yes.
will disgust one of
Yes.
you? Like, so
Yes,
I
you
saw this today, and
It's
I
going to
thought,
disgust me.
I don't know. It's Imperial Stout brewed with maple syrup, chocolate, vanilla, pink Himalayan salt, and lactose. And I just love the 10W40. Like, it's like, yes, this is fucking motor oil.
I think I would try that.
That could actually be pretty tasty.
I could go to there. Yes.
That could be tasty.
Like the weird use of the word lactose.
Yeah, they throw it in beer a
it's
lot.
like-
Like, they're just like, I
it's sort
have
of
to.
off-putting.
It's like, I don't know, like
Nursing?
some
Yes.
weird like facial hair that guys have to do, but it's in
Yeah.
a can. You know, I got over my issue with beer in a can a long time ago. It's improved a lot. It used to be terrible. It used to taste like the can. It's gotten better, and apparently it's a lot damn cheaper because there are local breweries that do beers that used to do bottles and they do cans because I think it just costs less. So you're gonna have to deal with it.
Just pretend instead of lactose, it says lacrosse. You'll feel
And
better.
say nice cans. Exactly. Well, I would usually ask to pimp thyself, but you just, you're behind the scenes. The show, what is it, the Bad Lawyer show or whatever you're going to do? That'll be a winner.
Yes, I so am doing that. I cannot wait.
And what you should do is get like, people say, hey, can I be on this podcast? Like, well, you know what? Before you do that, why don't you try this podcast?
Yes.
It's like the podcast that's ranked on the top podcast, but better.
And
See?
it's special.
Mm-hmm. So is there anything else either you want to add at the end here? Jeannie seems she's doing the mannequin challenge again, so I can't tell if she's live or not.
I don't know. The low vision woman cannot tell shit. So there we are. All I do is sit here and smile and have bourbon. It works really well.
Sounds good. I feel like it's a life philosophy right there. Well, thanks for coming on to doing like we'd probably just do a phone call, but instead we make it to a podcast episode. Woo!
Well, it's because you'd rather talk to Jeannie than me on the phone, but that's okay. I don't take offense at
I think
that.
I have your number somewhere.
I don't take offense at that at all. Not at all.
So what's it like living in Florida? Oh, wait, I'm in Georgia. What the hell am I saying? We have a theocracy ourselves. Hey, the guy who was governor, we should have him have the company that does the voting machines, right? That sounds good. Okay, we're doing that. Okay.
Or Florida, where it's like, hey, the guy that was the governor, we should make him a senator from our state. So we have Senator Skeletor. How fabulous.
And then in Florida, they're like, hey, we're going to let felons vote. Oh, wait, you have to name how many jelly beans are in this jar exactly to do it. Plus, you need to pay a fine that even Trump couldn't pay off. Well, he's not any money.
Essentially, it's saying, hey, we're going to let you vote. JK.
Yeah. You thought you were a democracy. Ha, 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 ha. That's a republic, assholes. Anyway,
It's like the kid in The Simpsons going, ha ha.
Exactly. Well, I would feel bad leaving with Jeannie stuck in her upside down, but
I know she is. She's in the upside down, and I will go in and save her.
okay.
I will jump down by the tree, where the tree stump is, and they burrow underneath. I will go down there and I will haul her back up to this side of the earth. Okay.
And make sure to have Burger King and the 75 different things they had on the show.
Oh, I hear
The
her
Schlitz
voice.
she dropped, so apparently she's done with us.
Oh,
She is finished.
she is done. Okay.
Well, thank you, Deborah. It was lovely having you on.
It was a
And
delight
next
to be here.
time, we'll do homework.
Next time, homework. Thank you.
We can do the lawyer episode. We'll
Yay!
schedule that.
I'm so excited.
See?
I'm
There you
so
go.
excited.
You're already preparing. Like tonight, you're going to have a bunch of stuff.
I will.
All right.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.